Oh, it's happening.
Oh, it's live. Welcome, friends, to yet another episode of the CapmLew podcast with myself, CapmLew, and also with
Luke, here I am. Finger guns.
there it is. So, you were saying
It's episode 99, almost at 100. But also,
episodio 99.
all right.
I said that like NPR.
Yeah. Ira Glass.
I'm channeling. No, it's actually the Sweaty Balls, the Saturday Night Live episode skit
Making fun of NPR.
making fun of NPR. Yes.
I also got an email today from Sponkify that said that a year ago today we uploaded our first episode to Podbean.
The bean.
And Sponkify knows that because we ported all of our episodes over, which was a treat. So
For them,
it was a centennial.
It was a real boon.
Divided by a centennial.
Once again, I'm NPRing.
Stop it.
It was a real boon.
It was a real boon.
It was a boon.
So 1 year, baby.
Wow.
Here we are.
It only took me almost a year to realize that a tin whistle was the best microphone spoon.
One of our
boom.
listeners, who you know very well,
messaged
me on Facebook and said, "Respect the tin whistle." And then he sent me like a video of the tin whistle, some sort of Irish music, and it was beautiful. It was.
That's right. It was beautiful.
It's fine.
So
it was fine.
Thank you, Bob Lofton.
No, it wasn't Bob.
Really?
His name starts with a J, and it's a 3-letter word.
Jiminy Christmas. Jim.
No.
3-letter word.
No.
Starts with a J.
Second letter is A.
Jax.
You know the person I'm talking about.
Jax Teller?
Do you really not know?
Jax Teller from Sons of Anarchy?
You got it, baby. Yes,
Jazz?
Jay
Sloan?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Just naming names until we get it.
I swear that was the next name I was going to guess.
Uh-huh.
So
I don't believe you.
I spent a portion of my day today listening to the Hawk versus Wolf podcast, interviewing Chris Roberts of the 9 Club.
How was it?
I liked it. Kind of. Listen, let's establish a baseline.
Define like.
Lou doesn't like a lot of things.
No.
We did this last episode.
Yeah, you're a curmudgeon.
Am I?
You're a bit curmudgeonly. It's because you've been hurt before. I get it. I love you.
Who hasn't? Some people still stay sunshiny.
Yeah, well, I don't trust them, but some of them I do, but not many.
Well, what I liked, they got into, why tell the story of another podcast on a podcast? Bad form.
Well, dude, that's like what TikTok does. Have you seen the ones where it's like a video interpost on a video interpost on a video?
Yeah, they call it stitching.
Yeah, they like stitch like 800 videos together.
Although I think they should change it to video interposting.
Video interposting.
That's what you just said.
Actually, that's
interposed upon.
That's actually a really good idea.
A stitching.
It's a stitching.
So estichado.
We're doing a stitching, except we don't have the tech enough to put the video up.
I spent my day speaking rapid fire Spanish.
Oh, so you're in that zone
all day.
You just
rapid fire.
How was it? Did you do
it's great? I love my job. I love working in Spanish. I love these guys.
Yeah,
I do. I really enjoy getting roofs on. Love driving around in a truck and getting stuff for my guys and making sure. Honestly, when it comes to making sure they do it right, a lot of times it's a process of me asking them, how should we do that? And them telling me the 3 ways it can be done, 2 of which are correct.
Okay.
And me deciding on the simplest of the correct ways to do it.
Yeah.
And a lot of problem solving.
Yes.
A lot of like, how do you hang a gutter from that?
Do you find yourself being good at that? Like, are you able to make kind of quick decisions and figure it out relatively quickly?
Most of the problem solving when you're dealing with quirky houses and roofs, most of them result in delays.
Sure.
Yeah. So,
which is fine.
Being willing to accept delay.
You're good at that.
Well, it's not my department to figure out how much it costs, what is charged, all that. All I do is pass it up the chain and say, hey, we got a problem here. This house, these gutters, this gutter style, the modern gutter style will not work on that year of
Yes.
house. It came with hook style gutters, hook hanger gutters with a half round.
Yeah.
It just doesn't exist anymore for the most part, unless you want to pay a very high end custom built gutter,
Sure.
steel gutter,
Right.
So, what do you want to do? What do you want to do?
What
And
are we doing?
just like I ask my guys what they want to, what they think we should do, they'll ask me what I think I should do. But I already have asked my guys what they think they should do,
So
so
I
I
just
can
answered
feed
them
them
back.
up the same three options,
Ooh,
and then I can
beautiful.
tell them the one that I recommend. But I am growing in the experience necessary to actually make the calls. I am.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
It's about the ethnicity of the Hispanic dudes that you work with. Are a lot of them Mexican, or are they?
No, very few.
I I
Very few are Mexican.
Do you know what ethnicity they are?
Heavy on Guatemala,
Okay.
heavy on Honduras,
Yeah.
and then Mexicans are in there pretty much third.
Sure.
You get some Ecuadorians in there, you like that.
Venezuelans.
Latinos to me, man.
Yeah.
Like I can tell the difference between some of the cultural aspects, but I've got a long way to go getting to know people, learning, listening. I had a really, really pleasant, talkative, happy to share person yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
just filling me in on the experience of coming here and what it's like to work, contracting work in America, how it relates to people who stayed home, a lot of very interesting things, as well as being asked, like, you've been married for 32 years. How come you don't have any girlfriends?
Dude,
That's a
always,
common question I
always.
get. I do.
Do you
And
do the classic answer that you normally do with
what,
that?
like I'm a swan?
No, 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 no.
Tell him I'm a swan.
This is the classic Lou Ross
What
answer.
does he say?
Oh, I've been married for 32 years. Oh, that's crazy. Why don't you have any girlfriends? And then you look at them and you say, well, there's two steps. The first step
Step
is
one, get rid of your porn.
get rid of your porn. Step
Step
two,
two,
no,
no,
for
seriously,
real,
all of it.
actually, all of it this
All
time,
all
all
your
of it.
porn.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I explained to them that now I'm dedicated to one woman for my whole life.
Yeah.
And then they say, "Yeah, but you gotta have
Yeah,
a."
come on,
And
man.
they, you know what? It's actually culturally, it's a very, it's a kind and accepting interaction
Yeah.
that is very judgment free,
Yeah.
and I actually find pleasant. People are coming from where they're coming from in life,
Yeah.
and I do not feel uh, strong feelings. Before I began my walk of faith with Jesus, I bumped around into things in the dark all the time,
Yeah.
and I don't begrudge other people their various bumpings. I understand how it is when all you got going on is this world.
Yeah.
I get it. I totally get
Absolutely.
it.
Absolutely.
Um, really enjoy my folks. Like you'll also have sometimes, not necessarily in my work,
Mm-hmm.
but otherwise, you'll have people who offer you to smoke weed or to party. Like
Sure.
on my bike trips, I've been offered to party with people, and I explained to them really, really politely, "Thank you so much for inviting me to your."
Soiree.
Yes, that's right. Thank you for the invitation to join you in your soiree.
Yeah.
I'm NPRing it.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you so much for this invitation to and join your soiree, but I must I must demur, um, because I left partying behind.
Yeah.
And they'll either be like, "What? You don't party?" And I'm like, "No,
Don't let the
I'm
beard fool you.
I'm on that Jesus stuff, man."
Yeah.
And then things can happen.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I did listen to Hawk versus Wolf.
What do they
Um,
talk about?
they were talking to Chris Roberts from the Nine Club
Yeah, but
about. They were discussing how big the Nine Club is and how successful it's been.
has it been did you get any metrics? I've been struggling to find any
No, they did
metrics.
not discuss metrics, although they did discuss what it's like to build out a podcast. Because, Tony Hawk and Jason Ellis, the hosts of Hawk versus Wolf,
Huck v. Wolf.
and they display so little of the promised animosity. I really, you dial it up and you're like, wow, these guys are really gonna, but they don't. They
They
just,
just disagree.
they need to work on their friction.
Yeah,
They're glad handing each other,
sure.
which is very easy to do because they're both pretty accomplished people.
Right.
But they both were on Sirius FM,
Okay.
XM, Sirius XM.
For Sirius FM.
I
It's Sirius
Anyway,
XM.
so we're on Spotify.
Okay.
Um,
Yes.
they talked about building out their podcast and how in the beginning, like Chris was saying, in the first 3 years they didn't make any money. It sounds like maybe they are doing better now. They're in
Sure.
LA. It must be expensive to do or be anything there.
Yeah.
And all of my Harleys are illegal in LA.
For real?
Yeah.
Because they don't pass emissions, or they're too loud?
Maybe they haven't passed that law yet, but it seems like it's happening. Yeah, because of emissions.
Wow.
I don't know.
Okay.
You know what? I might not know. I invite all of my California apologists to jump on here and tell me I don't know anything. California is wonderful and liberated and finally free of the horrible American dream.
That's negative.
Very.
That's negative, Mark.
I'm pretty negative. Watch me do New York.
Yeah, watch. I'll do New York
I'll
next.
do New York next.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have a pocket knife? Do you want a felony?
Pocket knife.
Mm.
For a pocket knife. A
Thank
knife in
you.
your pocket. A pocket knife.
Yeah, you're going to get a felony.
A felony.
Yeah, that's nice.
Actually, you are allowed to have a pocket knife, unless you're not. Depends town to town.
Oh my gosh,
But in
dude.
New York City, if you have a knife in your pocket and it's a fixed blade, you're gone. It's like a felony.
My gosh, dude.
It's like a class 4 misdemeanor or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're going to get smoked.
I haven't looked it up.
It's fine.
But if you carry it, right now I have so many knives. It's crazy.
Dude, you do have so many knives.
I have a buck knife on my hip.
It's literally a buck knife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fixed blade buck knife. It's a great one. In fact, let's show it to our viewers.
Oh my gosh, dude.
The viewing audience deserves a taste.
A tasting.
Of my EDC buck knife. It's got a 3-inch blade on it. It's a great knife. I forgot what model this is, but it's a USA buck knife.
Can I see it?
I bought 2 of them. I have 2. That's how much I love that knife.
Wow.
Yeah,
This is actually a sick.
It's a solid knife. It's a hunting knife with a.
And if your handle ever fell off, you just wrap it in paracord. You're there, dude.
You can.
That's sick.
It's a doer.
It's full tang.
It is. It is. It is full tang. It's got
Tang, dude.
some sort of polyurethane rubber scales. They don't fall off. They're riveted. It's dope. Lanyard on the end. It's got some knurling. It's got a choil. That's the only knife.
A choil? What part of it is the choil?
That's the choil, that little cutaway there.
Oh, okay.
It's just one.
I'm so sick and tired of the French.
So then on the left side, I've got your classic, your Snap-on branded CRKT. That's a great little workshop knife. It's a 4-finger grip, but still short. Nice belt clip on it. And it's a Ken Onion design, by the way.
I love onions, dude.
I actually like his designs quite well.
Is his last name Onion?
Onion.
Good for him.
Like the fruit.
Just like the fruit.
Yes. So those are, what that's something I do enjoy about the state of Ohio is I can carry the proper tools for the job. There are other tools for the job that one can carry here, whether open or concealed.
Okay, hold on though.
There, civilization enhancements.
Enhancements.
That's right.
So, this Chris Roberts podcast.
Yes.
You like
Hawk versus Wolf. I like Chris Roberts. I like Jason Ellis and Tony Hawk.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the topic material.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that it was interesting. Was a little bit less. It wasn't super softball. Jason Ellis at one point asked a question that was not super softball. I recommend it. Go listen to the podcast yourselves.
What was the question?
Oh, I don't remember it right now. But what I do remember is last night in my YouTubery.
Okay. Yeah.
That's short for my YouTube reverie.
Yes.
I take time. You guys probably know by now. I take time every night, watch a few minutes of YouTube while the other folks in the house watch something else. They're watching through a series called Crybaby or Sweet Tooth.
Sweet tooth
It's on
crybaby. I'm on it.
Netflix. It's called Sweet Tooth.
Okay.
Some virus hits, kills a whole bunch of people, and from that point out, every baby that gets born is born with like they're genetically mixed with animals
Dude,
from the animal kingdom.
dude, how does that even? That doesn't even make any sense.
And so the virus comes back and kills people. And evidently, the only way they can cure the virus, or the only cure that they've begun to develop, involves the use of the animal children. So it's
Okay. Have
it's
we jumped the shark? Like
that's the plot premise.
yeah, that's
It's
fine.
a dystopian plot.
Okay, it's fine.
And they were like, "Oh, this is really good. You should watch this." And I was like, "That's sad."
And then you said no.
Yeah. Now, what I have been watching is The Blacklist.
Yeah, I've heard that's good.
No, it's better than good.
Oh,
Yeah, because it's so
bad.
bad.
Yes, dude.
It is so bad.
Oh man.
But it has the acting of James Spader in it. And James Spader is double thumbs up from Lou Ross as an
Okay.
actor. He's just completely hilarious.
Is that the one about the? Is it about?
Super criminal.
Oh, I thought it was about lawyers.
That's Boston Legal.
No, that's Black Tie. That's Tie. That's It's fine. It doesn't matter. Suits. Yep, exactly.
Yeah, that's a different one. No, he was in Boston Legal and whatever its spinoff, whatever, blah blah blah. I like James Spader. The character that he plays is a super criminal, and he's super funny, and I really like it. So you've got this character that carries the whole show. The main character is this lady, and you're just like, wait, please, dear writers, please kill her.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you ever think of the writers when you're watching something?
Sometimes I do.
We do it all the time, Judy and I, when we watch stuff. So, but before we watch Blacklist, they watch something else down there. And so last night I was in my YouTubery.
Yeah.
And I ran across this gem.
Gem.
And I say that.
That's JYM. It's a gem.
It is it's a Dan Corrigan video. Aww. Don't be mean to Dan.
I'm not mean to Dan. I love Dan. He's a great dude. I just
What's
hate
with
the vlogging, dude.
That's
the
his,
vlogging.
No, that's his life.
This is
life
This is
work.
what defines me.
That's his
The
magnum opus. His magnum opus.
His magnum opus.
Don't you realize?
I understand. It just isn't for me because it's not even interesting. It's like the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Oh, the vlogging, dude.
How many even hours have you watched of it?
Dude, so I hang out with you, so I've probably watched like 3/4 of it. You're always watching it, and I never understand why.
Listen to yourself right now.
No, I am listening. I'm completely right. I hate the fucking vlogging. Dude, I don't know what it is, but I just feel like irritated the entire time. I know that the opinion is ridiculous. I just can't stand it. No, it's
not.
Dude.
It's not a ridiculous opinion.
And then he's going to turn it, and then his face again, and then turn it. So he did a 50-50. It's just like, oh.
It's just the way you have the opinion that's ridiculous.
I don't know why it bothers me, but it really does.
It does bother you.
But here's the thing: what I've learned to do, I just turn my brain and body off when we watch it together, and I do find myself enjoying it. I feel the same way about golf. It's like the same thing. It's just there is no plot. There's nothing that's happening. It just is like me living another person's life.
What I'm about to do. Okay, yeah. I want to be clear. What I'm about to do is not attempt to make you enjoy this form of media.
Okay.
Okay, that is. Okay. I have no interest.
I'm going to hold the line.
I have no interest in convincing anyone of any form of, like, I'm not trying to make anyone interested in or enjoy this form of media. Furthermore,
go ahead.
Point 2.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy it.
But you watch so much of it. We've come to this point every time. We've talked about this so many times.
I wanna just press in on this.
Go ahead.
My interest in this media, whether it's a John Hill video, okay, or it's a Dan Corrigan video, or it's gifted hater
Mm-hmm.
who is a bit more enjoyable.
He is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or Dumb Data.
I love his videos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or even an excerpt of the Nine Club, which I rarely watch. I don't tend to enjoy those things because my interest is in even, I mean, this podcast's content notwithstanding,
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of putting out
Yeah.
the what content
Yeah.
or media
Yeah.
or opinions or speech
Yeah.
or glamour. I
Yeah.
like putting that out, and in order for me to achieve output effectively, I want to know the lay of the land, the topography, the geography of the mind of skateboarding people in America. That's
Yeah.
why I follow a whole bunch of TikTok accounts of folks
Mm-hmm.
who I both do and do not enjoy
Yeah.
their media. And I do ask myself, what do I enjoy? But then I ask why. I
Yeah.
don't just consume what I enjoy.
Yeah.
So the reason I will watch and I will keep an eye on different personalities in skateboarding is because I want to know what are the things that are interesting. Ben DeGrow or Chad Caruso or
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
on and
Sure.
on.
Yeah. 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 Right.
So even Garrett Ginner,
I don't know, brother.
um, you know, uh, so I wouldn't say I'm trying to keep my thumb on the pulse. That's, by the way, ironic because
With the thumb.
you can't keep a pulse with a thumb.
Is that true?
It is true because your thumb has an artery in it. Your
Oh,
fingers
doesn't?
do not.
That's actually
Yeah,
fascinating. That's why
that's
we use
why
two
I
fingers.
like to, as a joke,
Yeah.
mostly to myself because people don't know,
Right.
I like to say I keep my thumb on the pulse.
Yeah,
All
because you're
right.
just catching
It's a
feedback from your
great
own heart.
way to get an incorrect pulse reading is to use your thumb, which I will do.
Which I would do.
I
Oh,
would
he's
do it.
alive. He's completely alive.
Oh, his heart is beating
Beating so
at
fast.
200
Yeah.
beats per
He
minute.
must be really nervous right
Yeah,
now.
it was amazing. My thumb was just
Yeah,
thumping.
yeah, thumping.
Excuse me, were you using your thumb on the pulse?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let
you
me
can count on me.
let me clarify my position because as you're speaking, I'm
Do you want to
realizing why
you want to ex
I want
clarify
to clarify my opinion, which is this. That version of media I don't not like just inherently, but
genre?
genre, tranche, that tranche of media,
The trench.
that tranche of media. What I don't like, and I see it both in Dan Corrigan's videos and John Hill's, is, and maybe this isn't really their fault, is you can tell that this person is thinking in their mind, I'm on video, so I need to behave as if I am on video. So the entire thing, like deep down inside of myself, I'm like, this guy feels nervous about being on video, and the way that he's behaving is is manifesting that fact. So like, because I'll watch your videos, we did vloggity vlogs together, or you'll do a vloggity vlog, and I
I'm not
enjoy it
ashamed. Yeah,
because I enjoy it because when you speak to a camera, you're not behaving as if you're speaking to a camera. It feels like I'm just
right.
sitting right in front of you.
It's been my practice to prepare my mind
Yeah.
to understand that when I'm speaking to a camera, I'm speaking to people.
Yeah.
And so I endeavor to tap into that understanding
Yes.
well before I fire up the camera.
Yeah.
That's the work
Yeah.
that I found was like, wow, guy's got to know his own mind.
Yes.
And a guy's got to know enough people, enough different ways to, you know, like there are people I'm not talking to, and there are people I am talking to. But the people I'm not talking to, I want to talk to them too.
Yeah. Sure.
So you know, and then I have to just eat the difference and know that it's going to flop, it's going to fail, I'm going to be misunderstood. I'm going to say things badly and be misunderstood because of me. I'll say things well and be misunderstood because of them.
Right.
And hey, man, that's the world
Yes.
that we live in. I can accept that and then go on. To your point, I want to say one of the things that I watch very closely when I look at people who are I don't think a lot of people are raking in millions of dollars.
No.
They did used to.
Used to, but not anymore, I don't think.
Right. But I do think that the present crop of what we call YouTubers, I do think that they are fueled by the aspiration that this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I don't have to do the hard job,
Right.
I want to make content.
Yeah.
Which turns out is a very hard job.
Super hard.
It's a super hard job.
Absolutely.
Life's a lot of work. When I die, I hope it hurts.
Stop. Grindline the band.
Food for the worms.
The cover band.
Yeah, we were going to make a band called Grindline the Band, the cover band.
The cover band.
And just cover Grindline the Band songs. It was a great idea. I miss you, Weston.
Indie versions of Grindline the band songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to say was I watch the nonverbals of the people I'm watching. And when I find someone whose nonverbals match their speech, I'm comforted.
Yes.
With some of these, also, by the way, some, if your words aren't interesting enough to me for me to listen to without looking at your face, and your face is not a grand enhancement to the whole thing, you're losing me.
Yeah.
And if your face is telling me that you are afraid, that you are anxious, that you are angry, while you are saying things that are like nicey nice and super positive and like that,
right,
it will be my perception that you are a superficial, untrustworthy person.
Yeah.
These are all just perceptions.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I recognize that those are my perceptions, and I appreciate that there's a lot more to a person than the persona that they put forth in 2 dimensions on some video.
Yes.
But the enjoyment of a video, that's why, like, a snide, profane YouTuber like Gifted Hater, well, everything matches.
Yeah. It's consistency,
right? And I think the 9 Club has actually stepped up in their authenticity as they've gone. And they appear to have changed their disposition toward the untalented, the ungifted, the outer circles of skateboarding seems to have opened up really much more wide.
Yeah.
One of the themes they touched upon in Hawk versus Wolf today was that they have been getting correspondence from the cancer survivor, the guy who's 50 or 45, and now his kids are skating, and he just bought a new board for the first time.
That's
and
awesome.
That's not the culture that they came from.
Yeah, no, it's not.
And I love it. I love it. I don't need them to apologize for the decades spent making sure we covered a lot of this in the last few episodes here.
Yeah.
But I don't enjoy a lot of the videos I watch, but what I do is I look at what topics they're talking about. And I noticed that this year, and quite recently, both John Hill and Dan Corrigan, and these are the guys that the new skateboarders are looking at.
I know.
When we go out and we skate with kids, we're skating with people who this is what their brains and their minds are fed through their wet little eyeballs.
Dude, I just
no,
it is. It's true. It bothers me.
Yes,
that's what bothers me.
And so, and I do not disapprove of your being bothered by that.
Yeah,
I am not bothered by it. I look at it as topography, as geography.
Yes,
this is the field,
the lay of the land.
If not the field of battle, I don't feel like I'm in a battle about it. But when I go out there, it's not the field of my dreams. When I go out there and I'm skating with some kid, I know that his head is filled with Johnny Geiger, right?
Yep.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
Johnny's a guy who matches up. He's about what he's about.
Yeah.
I don't know if Battle at the Barracks and like that is really that far. Lots of kids used to be inebriated with a whole bunch of Woodward and Bam Margera style stuff. But when we go out to the skate parks, I know that kids and big kids are watching John Hill.
Yeah.
They're watching. Not as many people watch Gifted Hater as I think should.
Yeah, dude, I like his content a lot.
I actually think
I would like to clarify my position once more to make sure it's abundantly clear.
Get in there, Luke.
Go ahead and get in there.
NPR. I love this tin whistle thing, man. This is dope.
Dude, you leveled up with that thing. John Hill, whatever this guy's name is.
Dan Corrigan.
Dan Corrigan. They seem like really, really nice guys, and I'm sure that I would really enjoy meeting them. And I see that their comments are full of people saying things like, man, I love your content. I just bought a board. I've been off for a long time. You're really encouraging me. All of this is a net positive. I just don't like watching the videos necessarily.
That's legit.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there is an aspect to which I feel if I go to the skate park, and if it's true that the vlogs that we're talking about are what people are watching, there is an aspect to which I feel uncomfortable. I'm not for sure if that is a legit feeling, if I'm projecting a thing onto another thing that shouldn't be.
Probably.
But I'm like,
I know I do.
I know I do. I just am like, man, okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense in matches. It just bums me out a little bit for some reason.
Hang in there, buddy.
Yeah, dude, I just, like, dude, like, man, it's fine. It's fine.
Well,
because it feels so benign. You know what I mean? There's no, it's so benign.
Benign means of good intention and effect. Do you mean meaningless?
Yeah,
Banal.
Maybe. Banal, is that the word?
Banal.
Yeah, when I think of benign, I think of bland.
Banal.
Like it just,
banal is boring.
Yeah, it just feels
banality.
Like nothing's happening.
Okay, well, one thing that's operative within all this, in both Dan Corrigan's, these guys, God bless you guys.
Dude, that's how I feel. I love them. I care about them.
Much love out to the bunt. Much love out to Dan Corrigan and John Hill, with respect. But one of the thematic, one aspect of thematic contents has been an overarching concept that skateboarding is somehow important.
Yeah.
And we're the guys who are endeavoring to cause a distinction. We do not agree.
Yeah.
We dissent. What is going on around here?
one iPhone alarm goes off.
No, it's been nothing but like the iWatch thing and
Don't worry about
iPhone alarms.
Here.
It's fine.
Triggered. #triggered.
It does get me.
Lou's been triggered.
It's easy. I didn't behave that badly.
I love it when you do that.
I
dude.
do. I flash hot.
I used to feel so scared and bummed out when that happened, and now I literally just lean back. It's like my soul is just reaching my arms out and just warming myself, dude. Like I just love it so much. I feel totally safe. I almost relax.
That's manhood. Like, that's manhood.
Oh, that's nice,
right.
Dude.
When your buddies get mad and you don't
even care.
You're your own dude.
Yeah, that's so funny.
So the idea that runs the current that runs through so much of it, and we just watched John Hill make a break. He made a break, and all of a sudden he's saying in maybe more words than this, but we're watching him go, to me, skateboarding will now be less important.
Yes.
And that is something we see over here as very good. It's not just good for people. It's good for skateboarding, both as an activity. Going out to the skate park, people can take down the temperature.
Yeah.
But also it's good for skateboarding as an industry to market the more fun side. Yeah. The less hardcore side.
Yeah.
And expand that and let skateboarding continue to grow in this direction. It's really changing.
Yeah.
It's becoming much more welcoming.
Yeah.
That makes me happy. It makes me happy.
Yeah.
Because that's what it has been to me since 85. Skateboarding is for fun. That's why it's fun. Skateboarding as a lifestyle.
Yeah.
You're taking things a little too seriously there, bro. That's gonna let you down. If you let those aspirations grab hold of you, if you have the talent to maintain that, you're gonna find out that talent maintenance over time will let you down.
Yeah.
Lots of times comes with a pill addiction, comes with cocaine addiction, comes with years of partying and bad decisions that come with that. You stack in regrets. You wind up in your 30s or your 40s. And I've seen it again and again and again. And we've got dead friends. lots of them, a lot of them. And that is a downward escalator we'd love to see people get off.
Yeah.
And so our assertion is that skateboarding is for fun, and it is fun when it's for fun, and that is predicated on a different vibe. Our
Yes.
vibe is that skateboarding is not important. There are things in life that are very important. Your walk with God, go get one. No joke.
True that.
Your relationships with your parents, with a spouse.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Hashtag trad wife, trad life.
Dude,
right?
trad wife, trad life. That's what I'm saying,
right?
dude. That's freaking
right.
That's freaking Chad life.
Now, on to the content of the video.
Yeah, go ahead.
I love this.
Yeah.
This was a great little dance we did. So the last portion will be just treating. The video is got a what do they call them? The picture. Thumbnail.
Yeah.
It's got a thumbnail, and it has of someone on a ramp on a board, and it's got 10.75 red arrow, and it says, "This is where skateboard design is going." ... ellipsis.
Yes.
And it works. And the video is just Dan announcing this discovery.
Brand new.
That you can make a wide board with a short wheelbase.
Yes.
And it'll snap and pop and flip and do all the things.
Yeah.
And he likes it.
Yeah.
And you know what? I mean,
no, you do.
No, you know what? In another 15 years, Dan is going to make. It's going to take only at this rate. In 15 years, Dan will make a video.
Yeah.
Now 45 years old or whatever.
Yeah.
He'll make a video that says, "I pressed a skateboard, and this is the future."
Right.
you know, like
that's so funny, dude.
This is.
Man.
So, I guess congratulations on waking up at 1:30 in the afternoon. I'm being mean.
I know.
But like, dude.
That's so funny, dude.
You guys in California, it appears that you have nothing good. But you are taught from your youth to whatever you do have to announce that it is the very best thing.
Yes.
Except not only California, but also Ohio.
Yeah.
And also everywhere else.
Right. The redhead stepchild.
Now, we all know that old Lou likes himself a little bit longer wheelbase.
What kind of wheelbase were they talking about on that board? I didn't catch it.
Talking about 14, 14.3, 14.25, 14.3, 6, 14. He was vacillating around in wheelbases that were not very short.
Yeah.
And were only a quarter to, less than a. I bet that a future video from Dan will announce that I guess it doesn't really matter what wheelbase you're on because you can do different things different ways on different things and this and that, Dude, John Hill went and did every nollie trick he could on a board with a short nose like Christopher Height rides.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he did them all.
He did them all.
He did them all in one day.
Yeah.
And not that many tries.
It's like it's
and he had declared previously it couldn't be done for years and decades.
Right.
He spent almost 20 years declaring it can't be done on anything but my 8.38.
Yeah.
126 3.14.
Stop, dude. I just feel angry, dude.
Pie,
right? Followed by pie.
Followed by pie.
Yeah, literally. Dude,
pie repeating.
I actually watched this video and I enjoyed it. After all that, after everything I said, I actually enjoyed it. I enjoyed the skating.
Did you hear that, Dan?
Yeah.
After all that, he enjoyed the video.
I did. It was a good. I just enjoyed it.
Couldn't you have led with that?
Yeah, dude. I was getting to it.
We have to make it a sandwich. You have to do the compliment first. I really enjoyed this video. Appreciate Dan.
Yeah.
It was horrible, but I enjoyed it.
But I enjoyed it. I'm flipping it around.
It wasn't horrible.
No, it wasn't. It was fine. It was fine. It's just the sometimes I'll watch these types of videos. They're like 20 minutes long, and I just feel exhausted by it.
Well, I think I need to give you my cheat.
Go ahead. You just fast forward through it?
Did I claim I watched it?
Yeah. You did. Do this all the time.
But
you've just fast forward through it.
No, I don't. I watch for about 4 minutes.
Okay, and then?
No. All I want to know, usually they they don't bury the lead, they blow the lead.
Mm-hmm.
They say what they think, and then they do a video about what they think.
Okay.
So they don't build a case, they
Yeah.
just say the thing. So as soon as the thing is said and I know what they're talking about,
You just move
it
on.
gives me what I need to think about it.
Yeah.
Because usually the thoughts are not, I'm not learning a lot of new information from these people.
Yeah.
Um, so I only watched like 4 minutes.
Dude, that's not watching the video.
I mean,
You can't say that you watched the video if you only watched 4 minutes of it.
I was watching it. I was watching the video.
That is not. That
No,
is not watching the video.
no, Luke, listen.
Did you scrub through it like you do?
Kinda. But once I got the gist of it, once I get the gist of it,
You are so-
I just need the gist.
Yeah, oh, you got the gist in the first. What's so enraging about that is you're 100% correct, dude. That is what is so enraging.
Well, these
You're
videos
absolutely right.
they're like 10 or 12 minutes long, but
Yeah.
they're not idea dense.
No, they're not.
They're
dude.
not. I mean, on our podcast, we're kind of idea dense.
I like it.
I enjoy making them. That's
Yes.
the CapmLew podcast exists, because I enjoy making it. I
that's
love the
so
time we get
funny.
to
I
spend
know, it's
together.
awesome.
And this is fun for us,
Yeah.
whether or not it becomes a media empire.
A media empire.
You can't tell because of my mustache, but I'm sticking my tongue out. That's as far as it goes.
Dude, yeah, so you're gonna get a little turtle tongue. That's
That's
it.
it. That's it.
Aw.
Yeah.
You
this
probably
is-
have the worst tongue tie. I bet if we clip that thing, you would feel better.
Why?
Because it attaches to other muscles, apparently.
I'm fine.
Yeah, that's one that fucked up, insecure, needy, and emotional.
What?
F-I-N-E.
No.
Fine.
No, I breathe good. I
But you
speak
snore.
well. Not bad anymore. I sleep on my side. I don't snore as much.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
It
I
works.
don't even have a tongue tie.
Also,
Fine.
I snore when I'm hyper exhausted and stressed.
Oh yeah, dude.
And so addressing some of that
Helped.
helped
Yes.
a lot.
It's fine.
As far as I know, I don't snore at all. I'm always asleep during it.
According to me, I don't
Yeah.
snore at all.
Yeah, one time I was on a thing and someone turned to me the next morning and was like, "You're gonna die," because I was snoring. They said,
Like, brother, you have no
You're
idea.
gonna die.
You're gonna die. Thanks, dude. Appreciate that.
That's like, yeah,
I kind of assumed.
pretty sure I am.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure it's our department to declare when.
Yeah, according to the data, yes, I am.
Yeah,
dude.
but of what?
Yeah.
I have a
Instead
lot
of
of risky.
snoring.
I do a lot of risky stuff. So
Yeah.
of what?
That's so funny.
Yeah.
You're gonna die.
So the content of the Dan Corrigan thing was interesting because John Hill also had similar content. Now, it takes me back, but back isn't always the best direction, but it takes me back to the early 2000s where a media war was raged in social media, Slap forums,
Mhm.
against diversity of product.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Well, it was true. I mean, if you
So
were riding the
dumb.
wrong thing or too big a thing or this or that, and my big thing is I really am not a conformist. Conformity culture irks me, and so I did not gel easily with that,
Right.
just out of principle.
Right.
But it wasn't long before I was making boards that I was told would never sell, that sold out just fine.
Yeah, crazy.
And that people really enjoyed, and lots of people, were swearing by it.
Yeah, of course.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So that was that. I saw that.
Yeah.
And that's fine. A few other things that came across.
Did you watch that curb skating video that I sent you guys?
I didn't.
Do you like curb skating?
I don't.
Okay. That's fine.
There was a period of time back when I was featured in multiple Ride Channel articles.
The illustrious Ride
I don't even know if they can be found now, but I have the screen grabs on that abandoned computer.
Yeah.
I was in, that was the same time period during which basically Ace Pelka happened.
Mm-hmm.
1031 was going strong.
Yeah.
And I think Ace rode for them.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure.
I don't know.
But uh, curb skating, and particularly, specifically,
Mm-hmm.
Slappies
Yeah.
really came up.
Mm-hmm.
You had Grosso, love letters were building steam during that time.
Yeah.
I'm thinking 2015,
Yeah, that seems legit.
14.
Yeah.
All right.
Back in your glory days.
I'd been my what?
your
I'd
glory
been
days.
pressing boards at that time for probably 4 years, 3 years, 5 years, some number of years,
Mm-hmm.
and had made by that time probably about 1,000 skateboard decks. And I was seeing that the best shapes and the most fun was being had when people could decide what they wanted to ride. I made a few decks for guys that just swore by the pinch on their slappy crooks. People who were absolutely fixated on slappy grinds, most of them older guys
Mm-hmm.
who cared a lot
Yeah.
about being accepted and who were pursuing hyper excellence. This was my
Yeah.
opinion. They were pursuing hyper excellence in this little opening door of skateboarding, accepting slappies as cool.
Right.
And I just saw people flocking to it. Like it was like a little piece of turd and a lot of those like green metallic
Why
flies,
describe it that way,
like
dude?
just
Just a
that's
little,
just
like one circle of a horse turd.
swarming, right?
Yeah.
Swarming this little turd. That's what I saw. That's what I saw. That's how I saw it. And
Oh man,
can I
dude.
slappy? I can frontside 50 slappy.
Dude, you can.
I never do any nose grinds or um I did a perfect nose grind in 2012,
Okay.
first second try.
On a curb?
No, it was on a metal edged block at Delhi Skate Park.
Oh,
I was with Ben
really?
and I ollied up and I nose ground straight and I went off and it's like the day when I threw a hatchet into a tree
And you were just like, good enough.
and just walked away.
Was that front side or
First
back side?
shot.
I'm just wondering.
I came up front side. I came up
Wow,
with it on my front side and I went into a nose grind.
that's
But I
sick.
don't like operating on the nose of my board because I don't
Oh,
have connective tissue on the outside of my lead leg. My
yes.
left ankle just for many years did not have connective tissue. It has evidently rebuilt some form
Right.
of connective tissue because now when I try kickflips,
It doesn't hurt.
it doesn't dislocate.
Oh, well, that's better.
Yeah, and it used to pop out of joint
Ugh.
if I had any canted,
Yeah.
any uh
Pressure on that
pronation,
pinky side.
supination.
Supination?
Supination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyways, so Slappies, I watched Slappies take the world by storm,
Mm-hmm.
but I really am not a connoisseur of the Slappies. I
Connoisseur.
went out to Texas. I met up with an old friend in Texas. Love you, old friend, if you know who you are and you're listening. Met up with an old friend and he wanted to go over these curbs. And uh, I couldn't backside Slappy.
They're hard, dude.
I,
Backside slappies are hard. They are. Anybody who says anything different, I
all
will
of the
disagree with them.
backside Slappy tutorials begin with them telling you that if they're hard, you're doing them wrong.
Yeah,
That's another thing about Slappy
dude.
culture is the condescending tutorials.
Yeah, dude, the
The
condescending
the
tutorial.
way that you do a Slappy is you try them.
Yeah.
It takes about 3,000
Oh,
tries.
dude, I don't know if that's true.
You can skip some steps with foot placement.
Yes.
For example,
Go ahead.
front side Slappies.
Mm-hmm.
Your front foot is on the nose, man.
It's on the nose,
It's
like literally on the
it's
nose.
on the nose.
Yes. I don't know why it does it, but it works. It's weird.
Well, because okay. So because you're transferring the entire weight of the board for just an instant onto the entire front truck. That's what's happening
Yeah,
on a Slappy.
but how does that
You
get
lift
you
your
on
front truck up, and then for just an instant, the entire grind is on one truck. The same principle applies to backside.
But
I know that you slap up really fast. That's next. But you got to be willing to grind on that front truck.
Yeah.
You have to be willing
Oh,
to be
100%.
front heavy on a
Yes.
Slappy.
Right.
The same goes for backside.
Yeah.
But the problem with backside, most of the tutorial material I've seen, and again, it's my insecurity probably,
It's
but
fine.
it feels so condescending to me. Like, first of all, don't tell me it's easy, you just. They're hard, they're difficult, they take time, they take hours, and I do not want to spend my skateboarding time earned. Why? Why would I stop?
Let me ask you this. Have you ever been in a situation where you have a curb that's like this tall, like 3 inches tall,
Yes.
and you don't enjoy that?
Oh, I can backside Slappy. You know that asphalt
Oh,
thing?
yeah.
But
That one's perfect.
yeah, but that's where all the Slappy guys will tell you that doesn't count because it's a ride-on. There's a whole culture of,
Yeah, but
oh, that's a ride. Have you skated with me in Cleveland
yeah.
where they've got that ride-up grind?
Yeah, that one
Yeah.
at Twin River,
And
Twin Peaks. Yeah.
and
Crooked
Crooked River,
River. Yeah.
yeah. And I grind that thing every time.
Yeah, it's sick.
And I don't even always ride-on grind it.
Yeah, that's pretty sick, dude.
That's right. I throw that on there.
Yeah.
I have no problem with Slappies.
Yeah.
Me and Slappies get along.
We're good friends.
We do.
Yeah.
But I need to be in a session.
Yeah.
I need to be
like rolling around.
doing the important stuff of going fast on my skateboard.
Yes.
And I'm watching guys. Listen, I'm out of line. I'm not right. Dude, this is opinion material that does not reflect on me.
That's so funny.
It's true.
No, I mean not necessarily. You're
I'm
just talking about
more
a
than
different
willing.
style of skateboarding.
Different values
different
in what
values.
I'm looking
Right.
for in skateboarding.
Yeah.
And I also don't want to go 75 miles an hour down a hill 40. I don't want to even do that either.
Yeah, that one's not.
But I do love
15 miles an hour.
transport ollies.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Dude.
Just like
dude.
Little incline.
Oh, bro.
You're cruising. You're going at speed.
And you just
ollie over a manhole cover.
Dude, stop, dude.
Ollie
stop.
up the curb.
I'm telling you.
Roll, maybe a little manual,
Bro.
and then ollie off the curb. Clear it. Nice little, or firecracker off the curb.
Yes.
Ollie over a grate off the curb.
Yes.
A drainage.
Ollie over the 2 yellow lines.
That's my happy spot. That's happy.
I agree completely.
And when I was young, I remember thinking, I could do this all the way into my 70s. Like, this is the stuff. This is skateboarding. This is going fast, going somewhere. And then you get off at the record store.
Yeah.
And you go in and you look at all those weird vinyl toys they have. Those little little action figures. And then you look at them all and they're fascinating.
I know. They're absolutely fascinating.
The people who buy and collect those.
I know.
Kudos to your inner child.
Thank you, Bob.
Vinyl. What were they called? Pop.
I don't know.
Pop something. Pop. Yeah. Anyway, so
Papa Dingles.
I don't know. Don't say dingle.
And language.
And so, yeah, I really enjoy that kind of skateboarding.
Yeah.
And you get into it. You watch Eric Dressen's downhilling part in Speed Freaks.
Yes, I know it.
That's the kind of thing I'm into.
Oh, dude, yes.
And while I love Ray Barbie's like very cluttered with amazing skills on flat ground, I only throw that one.
Yeah,
trick.
but it's insane.
It's a fine trick. It's a front side 360 step hop.
No, it's a 360 no comply
It's a
backside.
front side 360 43.
But 360 43.
But
you do the backside too, which is so dark.
I'm working on. I'm working up that backside 360.
Dude, you do them and it's
no
nuts.
Comply. I like it.
Yeah, it's sick.
I also used to throw freestyle shove-its.
Yeah, and you're so good at them.
I like doing them when I'm going a little faster than you see me, and just doing whip, 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 whip.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
But that's 1990s street skating.
Yeah, which is sick.
And I never liked pop shove-its very much. I don't do pop shove-its.
Mm-hmm.
Don't really enjoy them. Probably, maybe, nope, it's too late. I'm probably not going to do those.
Okay.
But I do like ollieing.
Yeah.
I like going fast. I like being on my board and surfing.
Yes.
Like floating over things. I like curb cuts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, skateboarding is really fun.
It is.
It is. It's just when you send me a curb skating thing, I'm watching a lot of times. I watched one that was filmed in Atlanta and at this famous curb set. And I'm like, I think it's at like a McDonald's or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I would really just eat cheeseburgers more than I would skate that.
I would really just get like 4 double cheeseburgers.
Then I'd go over and roll around and go 25 miles an hour, which is kind of fast.
It is. That's wildly
at
fast.
Fourth Ward.
Yeah.
Go over to Fourth Ward, and then I would heckle some kids.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
cause a riot, probably.
cause a small race war.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
And that's the kind of thing I like to do. And then jump in the van and drive to another city and do it somewhere else and meet more people and have more fun. And so the whole meaning of going skateboarding to me is weird, different, and yours is different to mine.
Yeah. I like Slappies because when I was first starting to learn how to skateboard, the front slash was what's the French word for like the highest of the high? The
pinnacle?
No, there's another word. It's actually in French. Come on. Come on. It's a cultural word that people use.
You don't speak to me about French words.
Oh, right. It was the pinnacle of skateboarding. Like the frontside slash was like, and I loved it. I love the way that it felt. And I still love frontside slashes. Like they're so sick. And so when I
You mean
first,
like on a transition?
yeah, just on
Okay.
on anything, frontside slash. And then I discovered that you could do it on pool coping, which is even funner because it makes a sound and it has that feeling.
That sound and feeling.
And then you can do the noping stuff, which has that sound and that feeling. And when I learned how to do frontside slappies, I treated it as if it was just coping. So I would just do a front slash on the curb, and I really enjoyed that feeling. And then somebody showed me, oh yeah, but you put your foot on your nose and you just smash into it, and I could do them.
You can run them 50/50s.
Yeah, and I really, really, really enjoyed that. So I enjoy watching curb skating because it's pretty lo-fi, and it feels to me like it's attainable, and it's so much fun to be able to grind on something that feels like it should be not grindable, but you can really get on there and do it. And so sometimes if I'm feeling down or like maybe my knee's hurting and I'm just like, ugh, I'll watch some curb skating and it just makes me feel better,
Does
like,
curb skating hurt your knee less?
way less.
Okay.
Way less.
Well,
no, that's actually not true.
The jarring nature of slappies, I find it demanding on my joints.
Okay, yeah.
However, there is a skateboarder whose curb game is really good. It's Pete.
Oh yeah. See that? Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, dude.
I'm gonna pull up and I'm gonna pull up Pete
from Pete's Pigs.
Pete from Pete's Pigs. Do I even have? Yes, I do. I haven't opened Instagram. I actually opened Instagram today because there's a gym near my work called the Cake Factory.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
The Cake Factory, and my son's business partner works out there, and they have named him Father Time.
Father Time.
They have. They've named him Father Time, and they've been featuring him. In their daily postings.
Really? Hilarious.
Yeah. And I'm going to pull him up. Yeah, Father Time 513. I'm going to follow him. And
dude, his first picture is of you.
Yes, his first picture is of me. I'm his motorcycle riding instructor. He took his first motorcycle ride with me on my Road King. I was on my Electra Glide. I'd been working with him on he got his license. He's a very good rider. He's gifted.
Good for him,
got
dude.
good
That's
coordination.
sick. Yeah.
But anyway, so Father Time works out over there, and they keep featuring him on there. But the Cake Factory is borderline obscene.
Yeah.
It's a gym peopled with very there's a lot of cake. It lives up to its name.
There's a word that I'm not going to use. Yeah, thick.
Thick
cakes. Yeah. I hate that, dude.
I don't hate it. It's to me, it's just people with human bodies going and getting into shape.
Yeah, no, I
don't
all
mind
that.
like,
I'm pro,
some people want to wear. Also, I know the Tim Hawkins yoga pants song. I get it. Yoga pants are very, they're very
revealing.
They are revealing, but they're also very comfortable.
Yeah.
And when you work out, you want to wear something. It doesn't bother me if somebody wants to work out in yoga pants.
Yeah,
it's
sure.
fine.
Right.
All right. But anyways, why am I talking about Instagram and Cake Factory? Why did I get to here?
Because we were talking about Slappies, and you opened Instagram.
No,
no, you were. Wow, can't believe we. Aw, is that Aaron?
That's Seth.
Aw.
Anyway.
That's freaking sick, dude. Saw such a cute picture. We were talking about Slappies.
Pete's Pigs. That's why.
That's right.
I
we
knew
got
I'd
it,
get
baby.
there. Pete's Pigs.
Dude, yeah. P
P-E.
E. There he is.
There he is. Comes
Love
right
it.
up because I check out Pete all the time. Pete's curb game. Pete,
It's
as
sublime.
far as I've understood, sublime.
It's sublime, dude.
That's well put.
He's lovely.
Yes.
It's like listening to classical music. It's just so
Listen,
nice, dude.
you know what I want?
Go ahead.
I want to send Pete's Pigs over his account over to Jeff Vanover.
Oh yeah, do it.
I want to send that over to Jeff Vanover, and then I want us to have Jeff in
Yes.
and talk about Pete.
Yes.
Then I want to get Pete and Jeff in the same room one day.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Jeff Vanover and I could go on a road trip to Pete.
Yes.
And do an interview because I am a fan
Me too.
of Pete.
Absolutely. The guy's sick, dude.
I love the boards that he shapes.
Yep.
I love his whole aesthetic of
Yep.
making asymmetrical cuts.
Yep.
And as far as I've understood, Pete never learned how to ollie.
Is that true?
I don't know. That's what I
dude.
have heard.
Okay.
You know, I'm not sure that's true, but watching his content, here's a guy who doesn't ollie.
Yeah.
And I swear, Pete packs more just downright fun, for fun skateboarding
Yes.
into one slash grind
Yes.
than I get to see in a month of, I perceive it to be too serious about itself. Slappies are important stuff.
Yeah.
So, like the whole history of the Slappy, of Jeff Grosso and John Lucero being kicked out of the park and all this stuff. And then Salba's going to probably say that he was the first one to do a Slappy at Upland. And,
right.
Then you'll have Dwayne Peters in there and he spits on someone because they did a kickflip instead of a Slappy. Who knows?
Right.
I don't.
Mayhem.
I didn't care in 1985. I don't care today. However you like skating, if you want to stand in line for a bunch of Slappies, I've done it because it was a big old group of old men.
Yeah.
And we were at Stupid Fest and we stood in line and did Slappies together and cut up the whole time. That's a terrific thing. I'm not against it.
Yeah.
I'd skate a ledge. I would do ledge skating and just do 50-50s, 5-0s, and Smith grinds, and 50-50, 180 out on the curved ledge at Delhi. I had that dialed in back in the day. And who knows what else I would learn if I had encouraging, nice people around me.
Yes.
Usually, I don't. Usually, I don't have encouraging, nice people around me. I have a bunch of people that you don't know if you got to watch your back.
Yeah.
Just one reason I like going to Batesville.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Batesville is a nice park.
I'm more than happy to drive 40 minutes to Batesville.
And sometimes Sam's there.
Yeah.
Which is even more better.
Which leads us to our closing.
Yeah.
Have you gone on www.lifeskateboardsingular.com? Have you gone on it? Have you gone there? Get on there.
Do it.
Get on it, daggone it.
Do it.
Life skateboards are the boards we ride. And there are reasons, friends. Go look at the reasons. In just 15 years, Dan Corrigan will be making videos about this. In just another 5, John Hill will be talking about maker-made skateboards.
In just a mere 5 years.
That's right. That's right.
Oh my goodness, dude.
Soon, in just another 10 years, Gifted Hater and Ben DeGrow will be doing episodes speaking nonsense without knowing anything about the technical breakdown of all the different maker-made skateboards out there.
They're on the razor's edge. They're on the frontier of skateboarding, folks.
That's right. So, if you want to stay in the backwaters and buy off a shop wall, I get it. But boy, oh boy, friends, do we ever strongly recommend that you get off of that and stop letting these corporate money dudes gravy train you.
Ugh.
Yep.
Ugh.
And just check out Life Skateboards. And while you're at it, snoop around. Check out Gluefoot. Check out Johnny Manak.
Yeah.
Check him out.
I know.
Johnny just put out some new sizes and stuff.
Oh, heck
If we had a media machine, we would maybe do more to promote, but there's the art of skateboard making on Instagram that features all kinds of, from hobby makers all the way up to like full brand makers.
To big boys.
And you know what? We do recommend Pete's Pigs, even though I haven't checked in on Pete in a while.
Have you spoken with him?
Never. I've never spoken with Pete.
I imagine him as a very sweet, nice dude. I hope that's true.
Sam knows him.
Okay, I should ask Sam.
Yeah, and he is.
Good.
Sam vouches.
Good.
If Sam vouches for you,
you're in.
So far so good on
Yeah,
Sam's
so far
recommendations.
so freaking good, dude. Agreed.
And we wouldn't be complete without a kind mention to Everything Skateboarding Magazine.
Yeah.
We're going to have that same ad in there next time.
Heck
It looks like, because we haven't come up with a better ad than a picture of the two of us sitting here looking like we look. Plenty of Easter eggs in that, though.
There really are.
There
really
plenty
are.
of Easter eggs.
Yes.
All right, friends. Well, and what's neat about an online mag is you can zoom.
Yeah, which is sick.
You could zoom and look at all the Easter eggs.
All the way in. Yes.
Yep. All right. Well, this concludes this is our 99th episode of the CapmLew podcast. 99 episodes deep. For our 100th episode, we have a special plan, which is nothing different.
Which is exactly the same.
We don't have a mixing board. We don't have a laptop.
It's fine.
We don't have the buttons you hit where it's like,
yeah, or the glasses that fall.
No, we don't have any of the John Cena. Nope, nothing.
What a bummer.
Even that song's like bling 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 bling. You know that one?
No, I don't.
Or the one that's like D-O-double-G.
Oh yeah.
Usually
yeah,
right.
Yeah,
we don't
right,
have
yeah,
any
yeah,
of
yeah.
those.
No.
We don't have those.
No, and nice.
So for our next episode, we won't have them either.
Yeah, a lot to look forward to.
We want to thank you, those of you who are listening. It seems like there are perhaps 40 of you.
I know.
Perhaps 50.
You fools.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Well, honestly,
go get a job.
It's possible I would listen to this.
Really?
It's possible.
Are we that interesting?
Well,
we meander.
I know I like saying these things.
Yeah.
I might not mind if someone else were saying them and I were listening. I'm just saying.
I
don't think that we're like the bee's knees over here, but we're
what we are.
We're giving her
all we got.
Thanks for being with us, friends. For what it's worth. You got the power button.
Laters.